Hello everybody, I'm here at the airport. My flight has just started boarding, but there's a long queue, so I thought I'd maybe use a few minutes to give you some quick feedback. I'm on my way back to South Africa. I spent the last week in Slovakia and Poland, and I want to give you a quick overview of what happened, what we did, why this is important, and what lies ahead for us. So, as you might have heard, if you've seen some of the earlier videos, I was invited to speak at the International Conservatism Summit that was hosted in Bratislava last week. I've just published my speech, the text of my speech, on Substack. I might upload a video later. I believe there is a video recording. And it's actually quite significant and important for us that I was invited to speak at this conference after publishing a piece on Substack as well, which is called Crisis and Solution. That was the title of the piece. And it's about the extent to which the Western world should learn lessons from South Africa in terms of the problems that the country is currently facing. The fact that South Africa did not develop or transpire the way it was predicted. But also, other than that, not just what's going wrong or what went wrong in South Africa, but also some of the solutions that we are working at in South Africa. And we have spoken about this before. The conference went quite well, and I'm very happy to see increasingly at these international conferences, firstly, that you increasingly find that there would be a particular section of the conference or a discussion or a panel dedicated to the idea of parallel structures. In other words, what can you do if the government cannot protect you, or if the government is part of the problem and ought not to be looked at as the solution? And so that firstly is good news. But what's also good news is that we get invited to speak at such conferences more regularly. And I remember I've spoken about this on the Pioneer podcast, how difficult it was years ago to talk about South Africa and to get people to simply acknowledge that the cracks are showing, to use that term that was once used to me. Now, that's not difficult anymore. The world can see that. The question is not whether South Africa is working or whether South Africa has problems, but what are we doing about this? And so in this sense, the conference was a great opportunity. And what's great about conferences like these is that they also provide a networking opportunity. It's attended by people from all over the world, speakers, historians, politicians, researchers, government officials, politicians. And there's great networking opportunity also on a social level afterwards. And I've discovered just how important this type of networking is. Most of the breakthroughs that we have had in our international campaigns have been as a result of networking, making friends with people all over the world. And so from there, I spent a few days in Poland just as a sort of introductory visit to meet up with some people, at least in the southern parts of Poland. Over the last few years, we have made many friends in America, in Hungary, in the Netherlands, in countries all over the world, but not really in Poland, which is interesting for a few reasons. One, it's a fairly conservative, very Christian country that has strong opinions on border control and so forth. But two, and even more importantly, Poland also had a solidarity movement that fought against communism, against socialism, or you could say left-wing policy ideas, especially during the Cold War. And this Polish solidarity movement also had a significant influence on us, solidarity movement in South Africa. And so I'm happy that these meetings also went well. We did a podcast in Poland as well, which will soon be published. I will share that. And I want to encourage you, if you are watching this video, especially if you would like to support our cause and you do not live in South Africa, if you would like to play some form of a role there where you are, in the country in which you live, whether it's America or England or the Netherlands or Australia, New Zealand, we can go down the list. we would really like for you to get in touch. So in the link in the description, I'm going to put the link where you can support the Afrikaner Foundation, which will in the years to come primarily be focused on these type of activities, and to do them in an increasing scale, or in a scale that would become bigger. So where you can support, but also I'm going to add an email address where I would like to encourage you to send us an email if you are willing to play some form of a supportive role. Thank you. Have a good one.